Okay. About breaking market structure. When you talk about breaking market structure, we're talking about two things here. One, the uh, the impulse and correction. Breaking market structure has to do with two things. It has to do with two things. Breaking market structure has to do with number one, impulse, impulsive candle, and retracement. Impulsive candle and a correction. That is how break of structure tend to do. So any break of structure, we're talking about the impulse and correction in the market, the impulse candle and correction in the market. So this impulse candle and correction candle, there are two things that you have to study at the market break structure. You know that, let me say for example now, the market is moving like this. The market start from A, you see, the market came down as a correction. The break correction, you see, you move up a little, something like this. Automatically, this market has broken structure. But if a market breaks a structure like this, you see, this structure he has broken, automatically we have gotten, if it is a buy, this place now, here become our, this place, that place is break section, that place become our support. That place become our support. Here become our support, market break structure. Here become our support. While this place become our high. That is a high. So we are splitting high here. So become our support. So anytime market come back to this support again, we are willing to execute it or sell it. So here become our support. So as far as broken it, it come to support. So if the market move again from this point, maybe let me draw this thing first. Maybe this is an impulse, then he made another correction. In this correction that he made now, you see, we assume that this correction now, automatically we have gotten a new high in the market. A new high. So a new high be printed. This new high now, we want the market to break. We are not getting support here. We're getting a new high. New high in the market. Here is a high, while this place is a low. Here is a high, here is a low. We have gotten high and low in the market. So that high and low is here. So, but if this market financially move from here now break this high, automatically this place that is a low is no longer a low, it's now a support. It's now a support, meaning that it's now a support. No longer a low. It has changed from a low to a support that causes a break of structure. So this is the impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. That is how it's going to be moving. So when a market breaks structure, if it is down, the same thing. If, for example, the market is coming down now, and we move from here, made, first of all, made impulse. Let's say this one was an impulse, and this one was a correction. You see, from this correction here, we have gotten a high. Yeah, we have gotten a low. We have gotten a low. Here is a low.
I'm learning a lecture.
Here is a low. We have gotten a low here. Now, in this low, if the market end up from this low and break this As far as India plays a low, we have gotten a high. Here is a high in the market. Here is a high in the market. Here is a high in the market. So from this high now, enter the high. Now, if this market end up breaking this low, you see, this high automatically turn to a resistance. Turn to resistance. Turn to resistance. That high will not turn to resistance. So the market come back there next time. Until the market break this resistance, we can't see there's a break of structure. So when the market come down now, it have given us a new low. So we expect the market to retrace from here back to here like this, do something like this, from this low again, inside the box, giving us another low here again, giving us a new low again. So from this low now, if they are giving us a new high too, from here, giving us a new high. Now that new high it gave us, if the high from this high now, if this side break the low, you see from here like this, it break like this, it break from this side now, if this side break the low of this market, automatically we have gotten another resistance. All these are points and resistance in the market, whereby we begin to look at for to check a break in market structure, mapping out the resistance and the support in the market. You see here become a resistance, then we have gotten to resistance, we have gotten too low. So when the market is selling, it will printing resistance and giving us low. When the market is buying, giving us high and giving us support. Do you guys understand me? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Any question so far? Does anybody have question? So that is how it is. When a market is going like this, if a market move from A to B, then the break a structure, automatically here become a high, here become a low. If this low cause a break of this high, here become a support, here become a high. If this low cause a break of another high, here become a support. So these are how the market is moving, is going. So when you want to talk about breaking market structure, we're talking about the impulsive candle and the correction. Every correction and impulsive, there must be resistance and the support in the market. If you break the resistance, then you know that, oh, indeed, that is a break of structure. For example, let me show you something. See this market we are into now. You see the market move here. Let me use this one now. The market move here. My last high in the market. Let us start from the left side. You see, here was my last high in the market. You see, here was my last high. You see, from this high now, that was my last high in the market. Let's say, for example, here was my last high in the market. We begin to analyze it. Here was a high. From that high, this high now, as a high, it caused a break of structure here. You see, there was a break of structure here, caused a break of structure here. You see, it caused a break of structure here. This break of structure here, you see the candle, this impulsive candle, use and break the structure and it went down. Now, automatically, after it has broken structure here, I've gotten a resistance here. Here become a resistance. I've gotten a resistance here. So that is my resistance in the market. So I'm taking that point as my resistance. That if the market break that resistance, I'm assuming that is a break of structure. That is my resistance. So from this resistance now, I've already tabulated here my resistance. So I want the market to come back and break this resistance. As for me, you see now, when the market really come back, that is my resistance. You see, now see what happened. When the market was coming, everything that is doing here, this one doesn't concern because there's not that break of structure here aside this one. So you break this resistance. When you break this resistance, you see, from this resistance to the low of this place, from this resistance now, from here now, from this resistance to the low of this place, it came back to this last buy to sell candle here. You see, from inside. to buy it. This is what you will know that, oh, he has broken my resistance. This is what we call a break of structure. So after he has broken resistance, there is no need. A break of structure has already occurred. If you come back here, continue buying it, and once he breaks this resistance now, he now give us another edge over the market in the sense that this place now, let me remove this things. You see, this place now, this place now, that was a low before. This place that was a low before, it will not turn to what? The support. It will not turn to
Support.
yes, the strong support. Not turn to support. So we is support. If the market come back here in the future in that support, until, for example, now, if this market come back in the future now, we are still willing to buy it because it's a break of structure. Now, as it's coming down again, it has broken structure again. Now, look at it here. Here was my last low in the market. Now, in this, here was a low before. See, here was a low. Here was a low. That place is a low. Now, in that low, here, that is a low. That place is a low. So in that my low, that low was there, and the low was removed by this impulsive candle. When this low was removed by this impulsive candle, automatically this up here, this place now become what? My time is finishing. It become my resistance in the market.
Become resistance.
Yes, it become my resistance in the market. So it become my resistance in the market. It will become a resistance. So if the market come back in the future, it's a resistance zone. And from this low now, they print another low again from here, which is we print another one here again. Here become a new high in the market. Is it not true? Now, from the high now, you also break it here too. From the high, you see, you break it here. From the high, you break it here. So from this high now, as far as breaking now, I've got another what? Another resistance again in the market. Second one. Resistance. Got another resistance again in the market. Now, in this resistance now, if this market now, for example, this market now, if we can be able, as far as he has come here now, if this market can be able to break this resistance, I know that the buy have started. So he have come down now, he has given us a correction. But this correction he gave us, he has not broke this one for here to become a resistance. Is it not true?
Yes.
Good. Now, if this market want to give us a break construction, I want it to break this resistance. If you can break this one, good, I will say that there's a break of structure. Now, if you come back here again like this, I'll buy it and go up again. Do you guys understand me?
Yeah.
So that is how you know a break of structure. So a break of structure is you ability to be able to know your last resistance, know your low, and if it is a buy, you know that as far as buying, it's giving us a low and a high. Now, if the low break a high, it means that that low become a support. So you map it everywhere. And I have taught you to 50% test of that break of structure, or 100% test of what? A break of structure. I mean, which is from here to here now.
Yes.
100% and 50% the test of break of structure. You check it out. Here is the place. But because here is another block, you know that it's coming back to this. Here is the last buy to sell candle that where this movement comes. So you just know that it's not coming, it's coming down to this percent there to the test and go. So that's how it is. It's not hard. It's just something that we have to do more analysis and more what is it called in the market for us to really know what we are doing here. I just
So, Mr. Bright,
yes, broker.
But I have a question.
good evening. So,
Yeah, good
in the
evening.
case where when a structure is broken, what do you expect to happen? Like one wants to enter a trade, then you realize that the structure has been broken. What are the things to look out for from
Good.
the breakout structure?
When the structure is broken, what you look out for, there are things you look out for. When a structure is broken, we want to see one, we want to see either a supply or a demand zone. We want to see other block. We want to see an imbalance. Like the V75 I take, that trade I took today, this V75, I took this trade today and I really enjoy it very, very well. You see, I took this trade from 15 minutes. For example, here is the V75. You see, the ability for you to know when this market came here, it break a structure here. Here was my break of structure. Just break down. Wow. Now, when it break this structure here, it rallied down here. You see, I'm assuming that this market now, you see, is supposed to come back here. But because it break a structure, it printed something here that you see this candle, one, this one, and this one. Me not understanding supply and demand. I know that here's my supply zone. Immediately it came here. I share into the group. I said, okay, say here. Just say. Why? Because that's my last supply and demand zone. After I break construction, I know that it's going to come back here. From there, it go down. And this market, I just close it now. As I'm talking to you, I just close it now. You see, he went down. I was holding it till he get here. Why? Because here, from this place to this place, I knew that here was my last supply and demand zone. So when a market breaks structure, what you look at for? We look at for other block. We look at for supply and demand. And we look at for imbalances in the market to see if it's coming back to where the market, where we are suspecting to come, where the market, we are suspecting to know where the market is coming to. Okay, like this market now, you see this place now. Here is my drop. Here's a demand zone. This place now is a demand zone. You see, this market is retesting this demand zone here very strongly. Can't break it. Here's a demand zone. It was this demand zone that fueled the whole of this movement. So when the market comes there now, it's retesting it, and this demand zone cause a break of structure here. So because it was a break of structure here, and here was my support. In this my support zone, I'm seeing the demand zone here. So what will make me not to buy this market? I will buy it now. I'll buy it. So it is what we look out for. The large buy to sell candle in the market. Asset I always before.
So if in a breakout structure, did you wait for a retest before you enter that trade, or do you wait for a particular candle, like kind of a hammer or a golfing, or do you wait for a pin bar that will show you, okay, this is the sell or
So
what?
if a market break a
Or
structure,
a,
what you wait for is that
Yeah.
you wait for a retest. But in some cases,
It doesn't retest.
it doesn't retest. But
Mhm.
he will use a supply and a demand zone to continue. Like in this case now, you see this market, when he break a structure here, although he retest, he came back and retest this other block here. In my last buy to sell candle. From there, he moved down. Now, here was my last low in the market. So when he came back, there was a supply zone here. So he used this supply zone to fuel itself and go down. So if I was this market, here is the place I will sell the market. I will sell it here. So having knowledge of the market structure, knowing that where your order block, your supply and demand zone, and your imbalances, you know where to take the sell and enter the market. So like this market now, waiting for it now for the sell. You see, where I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it here. I'm seeing imbalance here. This is knowledge of what I know in the market. There is an imbalance here that have not been filled. This candle is an imbalance candle that has not been filled. So because it has not been filled, and here is my last buy to sell candle in the market. But this candle has been indicated by this candle. So I believe that the market will from here like this and come here from there, it go down. So I'm waiting for it to come back to this my position for me to sell it. If it doesn't come back there, me let it go. So that is just how it is. After a break of structure, knowing that the market has broken structure, knowing that it has clear structure here. So I'm waiting for it to come back to this imbalance here, or good and fine to this supply zone here. I have an imbalance here. I have a supply zone here. So if you break here, if you break my stop loss here, then I'll wait for it again. I will enter again here, and it must go down. Did you get me?
Yeah, I'm getting
So when a market breaks structure, what you look at for is one, you look for other block, other block, look for other block, look for other block.
See, in a nutshell, it's not really indicated the particular candle or what the reason behind this other block. Because, well, from our previous lectures, I'm still trying to get what this other, how one can pinpoint another block in a chart.
Is if this thing finish, join again from the where you join from. Join with the same link again. Eh? Just join again. Rejoin again. We'll tell you something when you come back. So that is how it is. So another block. So those are, although I want to post this video on my YouTube channel in case, so just press subscribe. And the thing is that then there's how you know there are things to look out for after a break of structure. So those